All right, there we go. And back to the presentation. Okay. So as I was saying, we want to look through the key elements of an online communication strategy for financial planners. And the reason why online communication is important for financial planners is because people matter. And in this industry, it's very easy to be distracted by the products and the transactional conversations that you have with clients. And ideally, in your online communication, you want to move away from transactional conversations. You want to move into what we call lifestyle conversations. As an investment and financial specialist and financial planner, you'll know that a long-term investment strategy is the best investment strategy. And the same thing works with our clients. The longer you can be in a relationship with your clients, the longer they know they have someone they can trust, they can talk to, that cares about them, and will follow up with them directly, the better. And so our goal is then to translate that into an online experience for your clients. So how do you help your clients talk about you? How do you create an environment where they can engage with you through email, they can Google you, they can search for you on social media, and we'll get to that a little bit later as to which social media we feel is most important. But ultimately, the way in which you communicate online has to be geared at adding value from a relationship perspective to your clients. So the research that we've read about and some of the clients we've worked with, they've shown that 80% of a financial advisor's business grows through word of mouth referrals. So ideally, we want to help you and to equip you to leverage the online space to grow your business through word of mouth referrals. So how we do that, and Microsoft keeps crashing here, which is not great. Okay, let's just get that back in. All right. Is this sharing again, Ant? Not yet. 1 sec. Sorry, guys. It's not liking that slide. Okay. So we're going to scrap the slide presentations from the actual meeting, but what I can do is I can send you the PowerPoint separately to this. We just won't share it inside of the actual meeting. So when we talk about an online presence for financial planning, it essentially is the same thing as your online brand. If that makes sense to you. So a lot of people will talk about digital marketing, they'll talk about blogging, they'll talk about websites, AdWords, Facebook pages, LinkedIn groups, LinkedIn pages, LinkedIn profiles, and all of that fits inside of your holistic online brand. So if I want to Google you, if I want to respond to an email, if I want to click through from something somebody has shared on WhatsApp to me, how am I going to find you online? So having worked with financial advisors now for about 6 years, we have found that there are 3 things a strategy and an online communication strategy is built on for financial planners, and it works. So we've tried many different things. I see Terence Tobin is on board with us here. He was one of the first guys to start off with us. So he helped us pioneer a lot of these ideas. But the 3 things we have found that your online brand needs to do, the first thing is it needs to reinforce you and not replace you. There is a fear among some people that online branding and digital around financial planning means robo-advice. Our understanding is that robo-advice forms a tool inside of a gambit of advice and service and value that you give to your clients. So your online brand shouldn't replace you. It needs to reinforce you. So you don't want to be emailing clients to an extent that you never actually engage with them ever. You don't want to be on social media to a point that you never actually have face-to-face engagements. Everything needs to lead to a conversation starter. We call them sparking conversations. that your online brand reinforces what you now experience with the person face to face. The second thing your online brand should do, or your online communication strategy needs to achieve, is to empower you and not ensnare you. We've had experience with so many planners who have been really just locked into sites they don't know how to use. They have pages they no longer have access to. They spend hours online trying to achieve things. And part of the problem is technology. Part of the problem is fear. And another part of the problem is just the lack of a clear strategy around what you're going to do on those platforms. So hopefully part of this meeting will also assist with that. And the third thing that we say around your online brand is that you want calls to your cell phone, not clicks to your website. So often when guys set up a page or a site, the digital company that's assisted with them, or if they've done it internally, they get very consumed with clicks and the typical return on investment stats that a standard digital marketing campaign will look at. We have found for financial planning that this doesn't assist you really in any way to enhance your business. What really works is when clients are actually picking up their phone and WhatsApping you, texting you, sending you any kind of email, or phoning you. So we say your online brand needs to give you calls to your phone, not clicks to your site. So there's three things very quickly again, and I will send this PowerPoint presentation for those of you just signing on now. Microsoft's not playing ball with me, not integrating nicely. So I'll send you these in a PowerPoint, but very quickly, the online brand needs to reinforce you, not replace you. It needs to empower you and not ensnare you. And you need calls to your phone, not clicks to your site. So here are the four crucial elements that financial planners, brokerages need in place for their online strategy. It's not the sum total. It's the 4 base points that we say are really just key in any kind of online communication strategy, specifically for financial planners. Thank you for those people who are texting. Guys, if you've logged in now and you haven't given us your details, won't you just let us know where you're from and send Anthony Brunt a private message with your email, just so I can make sure we're able to follow up with you after this session. So the 4 things you need, the first thing is your own website. The second thing you need are weekly blogs. The third thing you need is a monthly newsletter. And the final thing is a social media presence. So those form the base platforms for your online strategy and your online engagement. And I'm going to quickly just work through each of those elements and what they kind of need to have. So I haven't looked at all of your online strategies yet. Some of you already work with us. I'm aware of what you have. So these elements that I'm going to talk to you about now are really just for you to either self-audit and say, okay, yes, we've done that, or no, we haven't quite reached that yet. If you have joined this morning and you have none of it, this should help you put a framework together for what you need to build. If you're speaking to someone else to help you build it, that you can make sure that they're ticking these boxes. Financial planning is a unique industry in terms of online communication, and we have found that these points really work well. So the cornerstone of your online brand, sorry, Angie, you need to ask me something? Cool. Should the website be in your name? The brand you're building. Okay, thanks, Terence. Okay, cool. So as we're talking about websites now, we'll start with that question. So this does depend on your overall branding strategy. So if you are an IFA and you have your own book and you largely work independently without any planners inside of your own practice, then our recommendation is to brand it around your name. Even if you are inside of a larger practice, depending on the scope that they allow and their approach, it's still valuable to brand a website around your own name. And this is because typically in practice, the planner is the person that the client meets with and sits with. So if I need help with my financial planning, using Terence's example, I'm going to Google Terence Tobin. If I need to find his contact details, I'm going to quickly put it in Terence Tobin. I'm not going to put F&B or Eternity Financial Solutions or Lifestyle Financial Planning or whatever it is, because I don't necessarily immediately associate the brokerage with Terence, because Terence sits with me and he helps me and hooks me up. So from a URL or a website domain perspective, as Terence has asked in the chat, using your name is very good. There are some kind of caveats to that. So if you are, we've got some guys who've logged in here who are from quite a tight brokerage in Joburg, Integral Wealth, and they work as a tightly knit team. So often the client will engage with one or two members from the team. So in their case, branding it around Integral Wealth works really well, and each of them has a section on the site, and each of them has their own newsletter that goes to their client base. So their client at the end of the month still hears from them, but understands it's inside of a bigger brand. We're dealing with a couple of guys at the moment as well whose names are a little tricky to spell. They've got like double letters and funny vowels, etc. And so in that case, they've rather decided to work on a naming concept. And so then their website is hooked on that naming concept. I hope that answers your question, Terence. Right, so back to just kind of what we do. The cornerstone of your online communication strategy is your website. And there are 6 things that your website needs to do. And Ant, if you could just share the link. I have done a little article on this on LinkedIn, which Ant's going to put in there, which expands on these things. But these are typically speaking from a visitor perspective. So if your client or a client referral is going to your website, what do they want your website to do? So a lot of financial planners and practices go about it from the perspective of what I want to tell clients. And it's better practice to say, well, what is my client going to ask me? And how am I answering those questions? That then immediately from point 1 establishes a point of you're easy to deal with. I understand you. There's no jargon. It's not clumsy. It's not a long process to actually know what you do. So the first thing your website needs to answer is, are you legit and are you professional? And this is largely answered in the whole look and feel of your website, from your design, from the landing image. Just to let you know, we design websites largely in what is called a single page scroll format. So if you go to contato.coza to look at our financial planner website models, you'll see they're all pretty much just scroll, everything in one long page. This is because it helps your clients quickly engage with everything that you're able to do. And it kind of closes off with a contact form at the bottom of the page with a great call to action. So the whole look and feel of your site needs to reinforce, are you legit, professional? Is your qualification on there? Is your logo on there, etc.? What do you actually do? You do need to speak to your services in such a way that people understand. You need to answer what experience you have. So typically a little bio area, which is nice and short and quick to read, is very important. What do others think of you? That's the 4th question you need to answer. And we use this via testimonials. Will you add value? So again, that's more of a whole experience of the website, saying, well, it's easy to engage. I can see their blogs. I can see there's a newsletter I can sign up to. And lastly, are you easy to contact? Are your contact details easily presented on the website? And is there a contact form that, as I said, with the whole scroll site, we allow our clients to have an experience where they engage with the content, and it finishes off with, let's get in touch. It's easy to get in touch with you. So that's largely what your website needs to do. The second pillar of your online communication strategy, as I said, are weekly blogs. You can do them fortnightly. This really depends on how you're able to manage it. But the important things about your website blogs is that they're regular. So if you're going to do them fortnightly, keep doing them fortnightly. If you're going to do them weekly, keep doing them weekly. Don't do them haphazardly. The second thing for financial planner websites specifically is your blogs need to be lifestyle centric. If they are too product centric, all your conversations move to product and not to real goals and lifestyle questions that your clients might be asking, and attaching a value to you that is outside of the transaction, especially when we're moving towards an RDR environment where a lot of practices are wanting to start being independent and charging fees for advice. You need to have the value attached to your relationship, not the value attached to your products. The third thing that's very important about your blogs is they need to be hosted on your website, so that, again, you can move people away off social media if you're engaging and sharing it there into a space that you own, that is not cluttered, that is your space, essentially. And another very important element of your blog should be you speak to the we factor, not the you or the I, but the we. Again, it pulls people in and it says we're in this together, we're in a journey, we're in a relationship together. Some people speak down to people in their blogs and they'll go, you need to change this, you need to work on this, blah, blah, blah. And so using the we is very powerful. So first thing was website, second thing was blogs. The third thing is emails. Now, emails remain the highest point of value. So your clients typically will actually engage with you through your emails. The website and the blogs add ancillary value outside of the transactional process to that engagement. But your highest value contact is email. If you don't have regular emails going out at the moment, go to MailChimp, sign up, get an account. You can have up to 2,000 contact entries for free. They've got great templates. You can schedule it, and then you can also get stats around exactly who's opening. It's an incredibly powerful tool to use. So as a financial planner, your emails should, again, be regular, same as the blogs, but we recommend monthly. You can, again, do it fortnightly if you've got something really, really relevant that you believe will add value. But we find monthly is regular enough for your clients to feel like I'm in touch with you enough. And it's not too spaced out enough to think, well, when do I ever hear from my planner? So your emails do need to be regular. We recommend monthly. Second, they have to be personalized. We have found that this makes a world of difference. So in your list, you'll have a first name column, and you incorporate this into your template. So it goes dear first name. So it would be dear Tim, dear Anthony, dear Terence. And if you get savvy, you can add their names further down as well, just using that merge field. But it makes your clients feel like you're actually speaking to them directly. In your email campaign, you need to offer several points of value. You can't just have an intro for the month or a roundup or a review or something like that, because that only speaks to a certain amount of your demographic that you're speaking to in your client database. So the way we do that is we then add blogs into the bottom of the email, so like with little teaser hooks, and we add 3 or 4 blogs. So now at face value, if I quickly look at your email, I can see, I can read something about school fees, or I can read something about working with a tax practitioner. I can read something about upping my RA. I can read something about cancer stats, for example. Now, are you speaking to a wider demographic? And I feel like there's lots of value. Even if they never click on those blogs, the perception is now created. Remember at the start of this, I said, this is a PR exercise, not an IT exercise. So the perception is then created that you're adding value. The fourth thing you need to do in your email campaigns is make sure you've got several clickable points of calls to action. Things like book an appointment, visit my website, click here to read the full blog, click here to refer this to a friend, click here to ask me a question. Did you know? Would you like to find out more? With clicks to an email to you, a blog you've written. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's network there as well with a click to your LinkedIn. All of these are ways to say to your clients, I'm accessible. There's something I can do. I can engage. There's value. Again, what is the actual value down the line? The actual value leads to building your relationship. Doesn't matter if they read the blog. Doesn't matter if they click on LinkedIn. You've created the perception that you're here and you're available now. And we're slowly running out of time here. But the last thing that your emails need to do is have your contact details easily accessible. Do not put your cell phone number and your email address and your website into an image. A lot of people use this as a signature. If you do this, people can't click on it and phone you. They can't click on it and go to your website. They can only do one thing if it's clicked. Also, if I'm in my phone and I'm running late and I want to phone you, and I go to your email, I want to be able to tap on your phone number and contact you. So make sure your details, we always put them right at the top in a little banner, and it's clickable, each individualized item, so that the clients find it very easy to engage with you and contact you. Again, it's just reinforcing the fact that we can easily engage with our clients. And then the last thing is your social media presence. So again, this depends on your personal strategy, but we have found that for the most part, and if you speak to any successful financial advisor who's active online, LinkedIn is your number one space to be when it comes to social media. And on LinkedIn, you don't want to be connected to 400 other financial advisors. You want to be connected ideally to all of your clients. If you use LinkedIn as a professional tool as well, just to know what's going on in the industry, then by all means, You can link to other advisors. But if you want to grow your business through LinkedIn, if you want to add value to your clients through LinkedIn, you need to be connected to them on LinkedIn. So how do we help with this? I'm going to see if the software is going to allow us just to switch screens again very quickly. Let's go here. Is that coming up? Can you see? Perfect. So the model that we've built for financial planners looks exactly at those three cornerstones that I spoke to. Websites, blogs, and newsletters. Anthony's going to pop the link in there for you. It's just contato.co.za. And you can choose website look and feel. You can add your own blogs. We do write blogs for you, so we take care of that weekly blogging. And we also write monthly newsletters for you. And we do training as well, so understanding how to work with LinkedIn. You can come to one of our training sessions. We've got one in Joburg in the next, in August, beginning of August. So you go to the website, all the details are there, and bookings close this week. So if you are keen, please book ASAP. And then we've got training in Cape Town as well. And that's it. I hope that helped. Thanks for joining. Perfect. LinkedIn training link. Yeah. Perfect. There we go. Awesome. I'll send you guys all an email following up to this. So please do make sure I've got your email address. If I don't, please do just drop me an email with it, connect on LinkedIn or however you heard about the session, and we'll send you all the links and the PowerPoint presentation.